Living my best life starts with one of the most transformative practices I've ever embraced: gratitude. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the obvious blessings, it's a mindset, a way of seeing the world through a lens of abundance and positivity. It has the power to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what went wrong to what is going right, and from striving for perfection to appreciating the beauty of imperfection. Gratitude doesn't depend on having a perfect life. Instead, it helps us realize that life is already perfect in its own way. Too often we get caught up in chasing milestones, waiting for the big moments to make us happy, whether it's a promotion, a dream vacation, or achieving some personal goal. While these achievements can be fulfilling, life is mostly made up of small, everyday moments. When we pause and appreciate those moments, we find that they hold just as much meaning and joy as the grander occasions we often anticipate. The warmth of a sunrise, the laughter of a loved one, the smell of fresh rain, or even a moment of silence after a busy day, these are the treasures that gratitude reveals. The beauty of gratitude is that it's accessible to everyone. It doesn't require wealth, fame, or extraordinary circumstances. It simply requires a shift in focus. I've learned to take a moment each day to reflect on the things I am grateful for, no matter how small or insignificant they might seem. This practice has transformed my outlook. For instance, instead of complaining about a hectic day at work, I've started to be grateful for the opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute. Instead of feeling annoyed at a long line at the store, I use that time to appreciate the convenience of having access to what I need. Gratitude turns inconveniences into opportunities and challenges into lessons. Perspective plays an equally important role in shaping what I consider my best life. It's easy to feel like life isn't measuring up when we compare ourselves to others. Social media, for example, often shows us curated snapshots of people's highlights, making it tempting to feel like our own lives are inadequate. However, perspective reminds me that everyone's journey is unique, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. When I stop comparing and start focusing on my own path, I realize how rich and fulfilling my life already is. Perspective also helps me find meaning in challenges. Life is not without its difficulties, but it's how we respond to those difficulties that defines our experience. I've had my share of struggles, moments where I felt overwhelmed, disappointed, or uncertain about the future. But when I look back on those moments with gratitude and perspective, I see how they shaped me. They taught me resilience, patience, and the importance of faith in myself. Challenges don't diminish the quality of life, they enhance it by making us stronger and more appreciative of the good times. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned through gratitude and perspective is that happiness is not a future destination. We often tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I achieve this, or I'll feel fulfilled once I reach that milestone. But the truth is, happiness is available to us right now, in this very moment. It's in the act of appreciating what we have, finding joy in what we do, and valuing the people we love. When we shift our focus from waiting for happiness to actively creating it, life transforms. For me, living my best life doesn't mean everything is perfect all the time. It means I have the ability to find joy and meaning even in the imperfections. It's about understanding that setbacks don't define my life, my response to them does. It's about cherishing the little things that often go unnoticed but make life beautiful. And most importantly, it's about knowing that I don't need to change my circumstances to start feeling grateful or content. I only need to change the way I look at them. Gratitude and perspective go hand in hand. Gratitude fills our hearts with appreciation, while perspective broadens our vision, helping us see the bigger picture. Together, they remind us that life doesn't have to be extraordinary to be wonderful. They teach us that the best life isn't one without challenges, but one where we find the strength to grow through them. As I reflect on my own journey, I realize that this is my best life not because it's perfect, but because I've learned to see it that way. Every day I strive to approach life with gratitude for what I have and perspective for what I experience. In doing so, I uncover a profound sense of joy and fulfillment that makes every moment, big or small, truly special. Gratitude and perspective are the keys that unlock the door to living not just a good life, but the best life. Living my best life is not about avoiding challenges or striving for an idealized version of perfection. It's about recognizing that growth often stems from the very struggles we face. Challenges, though uncomfortable and sometimes painful, are what shape us into stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals. They teach us lessons we couldn't have learned otherwise and force us to dig deep to discover strengths we didn't know we had. Growth through challenges is not only possible but often necessary for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, prepare, or hope for smooth sailing, challenges will inevitably arise. Whether it's personal loss, professional setbacks, health issues, or emotional turmoil, everyone faces difficulties. The question isn't whether challenges will come, but how we respond when they do. In my experience, the way we approach adversity determines whether it becomes a stumbling block or a stepping stone. Every obstacle holds the potential for growth if we choose to view it as an opportunity rather than a limitation. When I reflect on the challenges I've faced, I realize that they have been some of the most defining moments of my life. They've pushed me out of my comfort zone, forced me to confront fears, and made me question assumptions about myself and the world. In the moment, these struggles often felt overwhelming, even insurmountable. But with time and perspective, I've come to see them as catalysts for growth. They've taught me resilience, the ability to get back up after falling and to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that growth isn't always about achieving success. Sometimes it's about gaining wisdom and understanding. A failed relationship, for instance, might teach us about communication, boundaries, and self-worth. A missed opportunity could reveal what truly matters to us and inspire us to pursue a different path. Even heartbreak and loss, though deeply painful, can teach us about the value of love, connection, and the fleeting nature of time. These lessons are not easy to learn, but they are deeply transformative. Another important aspect of growth through challenges is developing self-awareness. When life is going smoothly, it's easy to operate on autopilot, never questioning our choices or motivations. Challenges, however, force us to pause and reflect. They reveal our fears, insecurities, and vulnerabilities, but they also uncover our strengths, values, and priorities. Through adversity, I've learned more about who I am than I ever could in times of ease. I've discovered what I'm capable of, what I stand for, and what I'm willing to fight for. Challenges also foster empathy and connection. When we go through difficult times, we gain a deeper understanding of what it means to struggle. This understanding allows us to relate to others in a more meaningful way. We become more compassionate, more patient, and more willing to lend a helping hand. In many ways, our struggles make us kinder human beings. They remind us that everyone is fighting battles we cannot see, and that offering support and understanding can make all the difference. One of the greatest gifts of growth through challenges is the sense of empowerment it brings. Overcoming difficulties builds confidence in our ability to face future obstacles. It teaches us that we are stronger than we think and that we can adapt, learn, and thrive even in the face of adversity. This empowerment doesn't mean we'll never feel fear or doubt again. It means we'll have the courage to face those feelings and move forward anyway. Each challenge we overcome adds to our sense of self-worth and reinforces the belief that we are capable of navigating life's uncertainties. It's important to acknowledge that growth through challenges doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. There will be moments of frustration, despair, and even failure along the way. But these moments are not the end of the story. They are simply chapters in the larger narrative of our lives. Growth is not linear, and it's okay to stumble or take steps backward as long as we keep moving forward in the long run. Ultimately, challenges are not something to fear, but something to embrace. They are opportunities in disguise, nudging us toward our full potential. They remind us that life is not about avoiding discomfort, but about finding meaning and purpose in the midst of it. When I look back on my own journey, I see that the moments of greatest difficulty have also been the moments of greatest growth. They've shaped me into the person I am today and continue to inspire me to live my best life. Living my best life doesn't mean living a life free of challenges. It means living a life where challenges are met with courage, resilience, and a willingness to learn. It means viewing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones, each one bringing us closer to our truest selves. Growth through challenges is not easy, but it is worth it. It is the path to a life that is not just good, but deeply meaningful and richly rewarding.